the toothpaste we're going to be reviewing today, breaking down the ingredients, is going to be Tooth and Gum Essentials from the Dental Herb Company, and is the truly natural toothpaste with essential oils and xylitol. It says reduces harmful bacteria, promotes healthy teeth and gums. Now I'm reading this off their website here, just kind of what they're claiming. Tooth and Gums Essential is a complete all-natural SLS-free toothpaste with essential oils and xylitol, formulated for daily brushing to achieve and maintain healthy gums. Reduces harmful bacteria and inflammation, controls bleeding gums. All the benefits of xylitol for healthy teeth. No artificial ingredients or harmful foaming agents. Professional strength formula, available for office distribution, not in retail stores. Improved formula replaces tooth and gums paste, fluoride free. So I was about to say, that's one of the main reasons I did buy it. So, but it doesn't say it on the pack there, but it does say here on their website. All right, so first we're gonna get into my unboxing of it, or opening of it, get the initial, smell test, the color of it, and initial thoughts after brushing, and then we'll be getting into the complete ingredient breakdown. Of every ingredient, what's healthy for you, what's not healthy for you.
I'm gonna get a little smell test going here. It smells like regular toothpaste. All right, here we go. Just put a little bit. And honestly, that's probably even too much. But it's kind of like a off-white, like a khaki color. Honestly, I'm not even going to be using that much on the regular. That's actually way too much. I'm probably going to be using about half to like 60% of that. The camera's freaking wank, dude. Anyway, I don't know if y'all even getting that color, true color. Kind of like an off-white color though. Alright, so just brush my teeth with it, and definitely a nice cooling effect afterwards. And I find that kind of a little bit hard to breathe in, because sometimes the toothpaste starts dripping down here, so I try to suck it back up, and just doing that, it was so cool to breathe or whatever. It's kind of making it a little bit hard to suck it back in. I think that was the peppermint, pure essential oil peppermint, but I think I used a good amount. Like I said, I actually, after what I just showed you, I could actually back that off probably, like I said, to 50% of that, 60% of that, and that'd be 100% fine. Covered well, good cool taste after, good cool cleansing feeling all over my mouth, gums, and tongue. So nothing like crazy taste or anything. It tastes kind of somewhat like a normal, when you put it in your mouth, it's not like you're going to think of something crazy different like some other ones I've tasted. Like the MCT oil tastes way different from regular toothpaste. This tastes like normal toothpaste, just a different brand.
Alright, so we're about to get into the review of this ingredient breakdown. I'll pop the other toothpaste video I did up in the corner now for that brand, and there will be many more toothpaste brand reviews as well as product reviews breakdowns coming in the future. And I also do ingredient breakdowns essentially on all the taste tests I do and herbal teas I taste as well. So I'll pop that taste test playlist up now. I don't go quite as in depth, but if I know the ingredient, I just basically tell you yes or no. It's not so as the videos ain't quite as long, because the main point of that video is, the taste testing, but I also want to let people know, are those ingredients healthy or not as well. But I also do have some, in my product breakdown playlist, I do break down some foods, ingredient by ingredient, telling you yes or no. So let's see if this is all it is claiming to be, and actually healthy for us to be, brushing our teeth with. Alright, so I'm basically going to be running through the ingredients here. I'm not going to be going super in depth like I have in the past, like going over all the research and stuff, but just going to give you a little touch of here and there, the gist of the ingredients, just so I can get y'all the knowledge as fast as possible. You don't have to sit here and listen to a lot of stuff just to find out, is it good or not. I just want to give you, is it good, is it not, and then you can move on. If you don't trust me, do your own research, but I'm doing the research. I'm doing this not only to learn for myself, but actually to help other people as well. That's why I love doing YouTube, not only helping people in the gym, health and fitness that way, but also raising people's health consciousness overall. So first ingredient is calcium carbonate. This ingredient gets the check. It's okay. Basically, it comes from limestone, and it's actually found in shellfish as well. It's basically a natural source, and it's basically mostly used as an abrasive in the toothpaste to get rid of plaque. And an abrasive is defined by its ability of polishing or cleaning a hard surface by rubbing or grinding. The goal of abrasives is to scrub the plaque off teeth without causing damage to the enamel. So it does get the check. Alright, so the second ingredient, deionized water. All this is just a different, basically, filtration process. Different than distilled. Now, there are different ways, like reverse osmosis, different ways to basically purify water. So it's just a certain type of way that the water has been purified essentially. So this gets the check mark. And I've also saw some readings basically saying like all toothpaste are about 20% water. So this one gets the check mark. All right, so on to the third ingredient. This one is the most controversial so far, vegetable glycerin. So, all right, so first off, vegetable glycerin is a natural ingredient derived from vegetable oils and a byproduct of soap production. Glycerin is added to toothpaste to create a pleasant texture and add that slippery mouthfeel. Unfortunately, it leaves a coating on the teeth, which not only inhibits the natural process of remineralization, it is a magnet for plaque. Glycerin is also typically produced from GMO vegetable oils. Of all the natural ingredients in toothpaste, this is the worst for oral health. Brushing with a natural toothpaste that has glycerin is completely counterproductive. So that's pretty much what I found a lot of sources saying, essentially that. And then I found other sources too saying, I have read numerous places that it can take anywhere from 20 to 30 rinses, 20 to 30 times of brushing without glycerin to remove it from your teeth. It seems that the basis for this information comes from the research of Dr. Gerald Judd. However, there are also plenty of information that would refute that glycerin can be harmful to the teeth. So basically the other side of the argument is basically saying regarding glycerin in toothpaste, while there are a lot of websites that say glycerin coats teeth and leads to decay, sensitivity, etc., there is absolutely no research or basis in chemistry or biology to back this up. It all started with a rumor that one dentist running a website started. Glycerin is highly soluble in water, so if it were to be left on your teeth from a toothpaste, it would easily dissolve in your saliva. Additionally, the surfactants and abrasive presence in the toothpaste formula, plus the brushing mechanism, would remove any glycerin. Finally, glycerin is its own preservative and bacteria can't grow in it. If anything, glycerin would help protect teeth due to its bacterial static action. So basically, we have a lot of people saying essentially it's good for you. A lot of people saying it's bad for you. So, and basically it's the exact opposite. So I did find this one site. They found one essential study published on PubMed, and it was looking at a bunch of ingredients essentially left on teeth, and they left some in saliva and like on the teeth and monitored it. Then they left some like with some artificial saliva and monitored it over time and everything. But basically the finding of that says opal scents, carbonide, peroxide, carbopol, and then the glycerin and their associations may change the micro hardness of sound and demineralized dental tissues, even in the presence of artificial saliva. So that would kind of refute the people saying no, the saliva would break it down anyway. So what it's saying is basically that the glycerin does have some effect on dental tissue in some way, but it doesn't necessarily expand too much on what's in the abstract there from the study. So glycerin is somewhat of a toss-up, man, but if y'all know me, if something's so controversial like this, I generally just give it a thumbs down. I want something that's clear, is healthy for you. There's not, you know what I'm saying, because like just the fact that there's so much back and forth on it, and then there is this one study going into it and showing there is some effects. I'm personally gonna try to avoid this, but I will leave this kind of up for y'all, as this one isn't, I don't think, something that's gonna be like super horrible for y'all, but I'm still gonna give it a thumbs down. But this is probably maybe one that's not super harmful, but there is something there again, so I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. All right, so on to the fourth ingredient, which is xylitol. Now this falls under the category of sweeteners and basically a flavoring agent. Basically what it does is just mask any unpleasant taste that's going to be in the toothpaste essentially. Xylitol not only acts as a sweetener, but also provides additional dental benefits as well. It's 100% natural and completely non-toxic, so clearly it gets a thumbs up. Now some sweeteners that you want to make sure you're 100% avoiding are saccharin and aspartame. Those are some very toxic sweeteners that are used in a lot of toothpaste. So the fifth ingredient, which is pure essential oil of peppermint. Now you would think this one off the bat would just be a no-brainer, 100%. Okay, that's good. And I do give it a thumbs up, but there are some things I was reading that you just kind of want to keep in mind. Meaning, obviously, because basically essential oils are super condensed, right? Like it takes a whole peppermint plant, they're saying, just to make a little 15 milliliter bottle. So they're super condensed. And it was saying having too much, peppermint oil in the toothpaste, and this goes for all oils as well, can be harmful. Just basically there's so much antibacterial properties in it that you basically don't want too many antibacterial properties in your mouth. It's not a good thing killing off too much bacteria in your mouth. It's basically like since your oral, here's what a little quote from since your oral microbiome is the mouth's immune system, keeping it free of bacteria isn't actually a good thing. So it was basically kind of likening it to a antibiotic, saying if you kill off everything, like on occasion it's good to keep your bacteria, clean it out on a clean slate, but using it all the time, you don't want it basically like completely cleaned out. That'll actually stop your mouth's ability to actually fight off bacteria. And another thing, basically just look, it was saying so there's a couple tests on this. So basically see how far the essential oils are down on the ingredient list. Obviously the further down on the ingredient list, the less there is of it in there. And also do a smell test. If it smells super strong, like the peppermint or whatever oil's in there, it was saying basically that's probably a sign there's too much in there. But all in all, I think long as, again, it doesn't smell super strong, you don't know the source it's coming from. That's with really any ingredient or food or anything, the source of the thing, but we don't know the exact source from this exact company. All in all, I do think it's fine, and it is the 5th ingredient behind water and these other things, which are, and water's a big filler in toothpaste. It could be up to 20 to 40% of it. So or if you were doing like a do-it-yourself home, so hopefully there's only a drop or so of peppermint oil in each toothpaste, which I would think they wouldn't overdo it. And I don't remember exactly what it smells like because I've already gone through the whole tube, and this is a good while in the future after actually using the toothpaste. Just actually smelling it now though, what's left, it does smell, there's definitely like a minty type smell to it, but it doesn't smell anything super crazy. So all in all, I'll give pure essential oil peppermint a pass, as even if it does have a little more peppermint in there, you're literally only brushing like twice a day or so. It's like the whole rest of the day your mouth has time to actually accumulate bacteria and stuff throughout the day through food and whatever other habits you have. So I don't think that's really going to be, drinking water. You could rinse your mouth out to get excess out if that was a problem at all, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. The 6th ingredient, which is extract of Echinacea angustifolia, probably pronounced that wrong, but basically what this is an extract from what the Echinacea angustifolia is a flower. Nearly all parts of the plant are used for therapeutic preparations, including the root, leaves, flowers, and seeds. The primary exposure to humans of Echinacea occurs through its widespread use as an herbal supplement. There have been no reports of serious adverse effects associated with the administration of Echinacea. Occasionally, the injection of Echinacea extracts have resulted in a feverish reaction. So that's only talking about actual like injection. When it comes to oral, they did a test on 18 male and 18 female Y-star rats, whatever kind of rats those are, and it shows clinical signs are basically none when done orally, but intravenously, obviously injected, there have been some little bit of notices of toxicity, but that is through injection. But then I'm also seeing there's anti-inflammatory properties as well. But again, this is more looking at using this as a supplement, more so than as in toothpaste. I did find another study looking at basically right here, the title, antibacterial and anti-inflammatory effects of toothpaste with Swiss medicinal herbs towards a patient suffering from gingivitis and initial stage of periodontitis, from clinical efficacy to mechanisms. And the Echinacea purpurea was one of the herbs used. Essentially at the bottom, the conclusion was, it was saying there is some, obviously the antibacterial, the anti-inflammatory properties, but they were saying it's best to use what they're found in to treat people with that, some chemicals and some herbs. But obviously it doesn't say the exact chemicals, but that'd be a whole nother rabbit hole, what chemicals they're talking about, if that would be healthy or not. So it still does show that I'm seeing that there is some antibacterial and some, you're still getting some of that antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. Another page here pulled up looking at just that ingredient alone says it basically that they're rating things on, you know, toxic to not toxic, good to bad essentially, and it gives it a 1, which is next to the lowest score. Like their verified stamp is the one that would be the lowest. But it does say that the data is limited, and that's what I'm finding too. So, but it's not really found anything to be super harmful or anything by any means. And like I said, the data is limited. But what I'm finding, it's also mostly used as like a herbal supplement. I even saw it can like treat like yeast infections and stuff like that when used. So I don't really find anything bad about it, and I'm kind of finding some things good about it. Again, there's not much data on it, so this one's kind of in the air somewhat. But for now, I think we could just give this one a thumbs up, since I'm finding no harmful effects from it and some benefits, and it is just an extract of a plant, so of a flower. So you know, you can do the roots and stuff as well. So it's just like I said, it's just an herbal extract. Alright, so the 7th ingredient is basically the same exact thing as the 6th ingredient. The only difference here is instead of Echinacea angustifolia, this is the Echinacea purpurea. Angustifolia has a fleshy taproot, whereas perpetua has a fibrous root. Most herbal medicines use the root, and some use the seed as well. They are generally considered equal by herbalists, so basically it's going to lump this as the same thing as the one before. So basically the same, so we will give this a thumbs up as well. Alright, so on to the 8th ingredient, which is extracts of Gotu Kola. Now I actually take Gotu Kola supplements, so like just the herbs themselves. But basically Gotu Kola uses a medicine for its healing properties. Gotu Kola has been shown to stimulate blood vessels growth in connective tissue, stimulate wound healing, and act as a powerful anti-inflammatory. Now that little section right there I just read is strictly directly from this company's page about this product. On another website showing, you know, toxic chemicals and stuff, the score it gives it is a 1, which I think is the lowest it can be. There's necessarily no other concerns. It says the function is skin conditioning agent, miscellaneous and skin conditioning. About the chemical, extract the leaves and roots of the medicinal plant Gotu Kola. Does give it a 1. I think that is the lowest. I'm not 100% sure if that's the lowest or if their little stamp is the lowest, but it's showing us like low toxicity, no toxicity, but it's also saying that the data is limited. Also in a study looking at a bunch of different herbs, basically the extract of the conclusion of all this was taken together, this paper supports the efficacy of several medicinal plants for the management of gingivitis based on the current clinical evidence. However, available clinical data has severe limitations such as short course of study, small sample size, and lack of binding, which remains the effectiveness of some preparations to be unclear. Thus, future well-designed clinical studies are essential in case of several medicinal plants for their efficacy to be confirmed in gingivitis. The Gotu Kola is an herb in the parsley family, is commonly used in the traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine. The above ground parts are used to make medicine. Gotu Kola is used for burns and poor circulations that can lead to varicose veins, stretch marks, and many other conditions, but there's no good scientific evidence to support these uses. And then the other uses, I mean, there's a ton of other things that it actually says here. So there's supposed to be a lot of health benefits to Gotu Kola, but again, as far as the one study I actually found looking at it actually talking about being used for, you know, oral health, it did say there was some benefits to it, and I was looking at a lot of different ones as well, but there is some benefits to it. From what I've seen, just, you know, there's no actual harmful benefits to taking Gotu Kola, and I actually do take like just Gotu Kola itself, you know what I'm saying? So I actually ingest it, super healthy, I feel great. So I don't believe there would be any, you know, I'm not finding anything saying there is any harmful to health by brushing your teeth with it. And there's, you know, people basically saying, you know, health benefits from taking it for these other things. So Gotu Kola gets the thumbs up. Extracts of Gotu Kola get the thumbs up. Again, a lot of this would, you know, how is it extracted? Are they using chemicals, this, that, and third? But, you know, we don't exactly know that. But just looking at extracts of Gotu Kola, we will give it the thumbs up. All right, everyone, it is time to talk about red thyme. So ingredient number 9 is pure essential oils of red thyme. Thyme has a host of benefits, so I'm just going to run through all of them really quick. Treats respiratory conditions, kills bacteria and infections. That's mainly why it's used inside the toothpaste here. Promotes teeth health, serves as bug repellent. increases circulation, eases stress and anxiety, balances hormones, treats fibroids. So there's a lot of health benefits to it now, and I actually did find 2 studies, and one study was looking at other studies as well, so multiple studies. Thus, and here's a little excerpts from a couple of those. Thus, taking our results and the above mentioned studies together, thyme essential oil can be used as a broad spectrum prophylactic agent, protecting the oral cavity as a whole, since the oral cavity is known to be the route of entry for many microorganisms. Then this other study basically looked at thyme again against a host of different bacteria, and it did show that it basically killed them off. So thyme, when I can tell, the red thyme here, pure essential oil red thyme, gets a thumbs up. Alright, so the 10th ingredient, pure essential oils of lavender. I'm seeing studies here with multiple citations of basically that it's antimicrobial, has antibacterial activity, against different strains of bacteria. It says here it's even can be used in chicken farming as it inhibits the growth of microorganisms. So pretty much the same thing as the other oil so far. Is basically just antimicrobial, antibacterial. And then what this brand's website is saying about lavender: widely used for its skin healing properties, the oil from this highly aromatic flower offers antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antiseptic, and stimulant properties and natural dental remedies, making it a strong ally for good oral health. Lavender is effective against halitosis, helps heal damaged tissue, and provides soothing relief from the mouth. Its pleasant aroma is also a powerful sedative which helps to calm the nervous system and decrease stress. While this may not seem relevant to mouth care, emotional stress is strongly linked to gum disease because it impairs immune function and lowers the body's natural defenses. And there's actual research backing up some of those claims. But however, I do give this a thumbs down. But I will put an asterisk beside this though, depending on the strain of lavender, which we don't know. I actually listened to an interview with a guy who actually, he's a scientist, and that's what he specifies in, is basically like estrogen, things like that. So like hormones and estrogen. And he was saying certain strains of lavender can actually raise estrogen. So if you're a male, again, maybe something you want to look at. Like, so for me personally, I avoid lavender. So if I can find another toothpaste without lavender, I'm gonna go for that, just again because I don't know the exact strain. But if it's certain strains of lavender, again, I don't remember exactly which ones it was, but then you'd be okay. It's not going to raise estrogen, and there is super probably minute amounts of that in here, and it's a lot lower down on the ingredient list, so it is probably very minuscule, but just something I wanted to throw in there for y'all to keep in mind as well. If you're trying to, like someone like me, trying to optimize everything, then you avoid basically anything that's not going to optimize. This is something I do need to look more into, but for the time being, I'm still going to avoid. Alright, so more oils here. Ingredient number 11, pure essential oils of cinnamon bark. The high aldehyde content of this oil makes it a strong antimicrobial and antiseptic. High in tannins, cinnamon bark is an astringent, which in turn provides valuable benefits. Astringents contain firm and strengthen oral tissue, reduce surface inflammation and irritation, and create a protective barrier from infection. Cinnamon oil is widely recognized as a painkiller and has long been used to soothe toothaches. Multiple studies cited here and references to all of them that cinnamon, not just cinnamon bark, but cinnamon oil, cinnamon bark oil, cinnamon leaf oils, like all of them have, basically are good at killing germs in the mouth. And that's looking at studies specifically using them in toothpaste. Pure essential oils of cinnamon bark gets a thumbs up as well. Alright, so the 12th ingredient, pure essential oils of Eucalyptus globulus. Indigenous to Australia, eucalyptus has one of the most widely recognizable aromas. It is commonly used as the active ingredient in vapor rubs because it aids respiratory function. In addition, eucalyptus boasts antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic, and stimulant properties which boost circulation and speed up the healing process. It is ideal for combating oral infection and mouth ulcers. And again, I found research citing multiple studies showing that it indeed does fight against specific type of bacteria, viruses, and fungi and yeast. So definitely gets a thumbs up. Alright, so the 13th ingredient, aloe vera. Similar to its use on skin, the aloe vera in tooth gels is used to cleanse and soothe teeth and gums, and is as effective as toothpaste to fight cavities, according to the May / June 2009 issue of General Dentistry, the Academy of General Dentistry's AGD clinical peer-reviewed journal. And then other than that, basically I found 3 other things talking about studies, and 2 of them, one was talking about studies and 2 of them were actual studies. One study wasn't done yet, and the other 2 were saying there was benefits, but essentially no adverse health effects, but there were more short-term studies and more longer-term studies need to be done. So there is benefits, and I'm finding no negative health effects. So aloe vera does get the thumbs up. All right, so ingredient number 14 is plant saponins. So saponin is a naturally occurring chemical in several plant species. It was discovered to be an alternative compound that may parallel the effects of sodium lauryl sulfate. So essentially that's a foaming agent that is one of the biggest, most unhealthy things you want to avoid in toothpaste is SLS, and this one doesn't have it or any alteration of it. Like the first toothpaste brand I reviewed actually said no SLS, but it basically had SLS in it just under a different name. So this brand is staying true to being SLS free. Essentially what the plant saponins are, it's a natural foaming agent for toothpaste. So this gets a thumbs up as well. Alright, 15th ingredient is sodium carrageenan. So basically everything I'm looking up for carrageenan is still bad. Again, this was in the first toothpaste video I reviewed, and it gets a thumb down then. It's going to get a thumbs down now as well. Basically derived from red seaweed, carrageenan is added to thicken toothpaste, but it's been linked to gastrointestinal inflammation, ulcers, and even colon cancer in laboratory animals. While food grade carrageenan sounds safe, it has also been linked to insulin resistance and glucose intolerance. So definitely avoid this ingredient. Thumbs down. Alright, so ingredient number 16 is gum cellulose. Cellulose gum is generally considered to be a fairly safe food additive. It doesn't have any nutritional value or health benefits, but it can be very useful additive to all kind of products. It's basically a thickening agent. That's rated as a 1 toxicity on that website I've been referring to. Cellulose gum is an ingredient found in a wide variety of products that we use throughout the day, from our morning grooming to our evening meal, yes, even in food. Cellulose gum is formed from trees and cotton and is therefore readily renewable, abundant, and cheap. Both the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and the Center of Science and the Public Interest consider this plant-derived product as generally safe for human consumption. With some minor caution, cellulose gum creates stability and suitable viscosity in toothpaste while making it more fresh and pleasant. It also has a film-forming substance. There's a source for that as well. Cellulose gum is almost a miracle polymer. It mixes things that would not normally mix well. It is typically used to thicken or bind things. It also stabilizes the protein in protein drinks, makes sweet things sweeter, and helps keep ice cream just frozen enough. Cellulose gum cannot be properly digested by humans. It does not contain any health benefits. But it also is saying that it's not harmful either. So instead it just basically passes right through your body. So it's essentially a food additive. It's just put in there for thickening. Man, it's such a weird ingredient, right? Like I said, I'm not necessarily finding anything harmful on it, but I'm also finding that there's no benefits to it. It's just a thickener. So I don't see why wouldn't this company just add more of the other thickeners that they were using instead of using this one that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, yeah, there's no harm, but there's no benefits, which I really don't buy that. I don't really buy that. There's pretty much got to be something good in something or something bad in something. You know what I'm saying? So with y'all just heard all the information there. I'm personally going to look to avoid this and try to find something without gum cellulose. I just don't like things that are iffy like this and just like that just doesn't sound right. Nah, it's neither healthy or unhealthy. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. And I don't think that I know for a fact that doesn't have to be in there because there's other toothpaste without that in there. So I just don't personally like that. And seeing, you know, from everything I've read, that's the verdict I'm gonna give it is a thumbs down. But I'll kind of leave this one in the air for y'all so that y'all can, you know, all of them you'll have to make your own decision. But again, it's a little iffy. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs down, but I will put the asterisk beside it. As in, like, it's not necessarily harmful, but there's no actual benefit. So there's not a lot of studying been done on it. It said more studying needs to be done too. So it's like it's just a filler essentially, and generally things like that are not good. So I'm gonna be avoiding this. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. Alright everybody, the last ingredient. If you made it to this point, you are an absolute champ. Please hit that like button if you have enjoyed the video so far, and subscribe and let me know if you want to see more product breakdown videos. Again, not just healthcare products, but any specific foods as well. But last ingredient is kaolin. I'm not 100% sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but what that is a natural white clay. It's pretty similar to bentonite clay, just like the mineral makeup's a little bit different. And it acts as a safe, effective cleaning and polishing agent. So this one, I'm not finding anything negative about it. So kaolin gets a thumbs up. Alright everybody, so there we have it. We have 4 bad ingredients out of 17, and 2 of them have asterisks beside them. The pure essential oils of lavender, again, that I'm not 100% sure if we don't know the source of the lavender, if it's necessarily going to be, harmful to our benefits as men. But, if you're a female, that could actually, the estrogen boosting could actually be a benefit to you. So that's in the air. Don't 100% know. I'm just personally going to avoid. The gum cellulose, again, asterisk beside that one. Go back to that point in the video, but basically there's no benefits to it. So that one's pretty much like a harder no for me, but they're basically showing no benefits, no side effects. But to me, that's a no, because I don't believe anything exists like that. So all in all, 3.5, 4 ingredients, and one's up in the air. So let's just say 3 total ingredients are 100% no's. Really the 4th one too, with the lavender, but I just explained that one. So 3, and one's got an asterisk beside it at the very bottom because it has been shown no negative effects. I'm just not 100% buying that. So, and 2 out of the 3 of the hard no's or 2 out of the 4 hard no's are essentially next to last ingredients. Again, the essential oil is in the middle. That's pretty iffy, but the vegetable glycerin isn't like a super hard thing, and that one had a lot of back and forth, but again, there was research showing that it did have some effect, so I lean more towards that side. I'm going to personally try to avoid that. So if whatever toothpaste you're using, if you're using any kind of mainstream toothpaste, this would be a way healthier option for you. I'm still personally going to keep trying to find a healthier toothpaste, one without gum cellulose, one without sodium carrageenan, or just carrageenan by itself, one without any lavender essential oils, and one without vegetable glycerin. I'm constantly trying to improve, find healthier products, trying to constantly improve my diet in healthy ways, constantly trying to improve my workout program, constantly trying to improve my life, just literally constantly trying to improve everything. This is my mindset. But that is it for the video. Take with it from what you will. You know what I'm saying? You can make your own decision on everything. You know what I'm saying? If you're an adult, you're a kid, you're conscious. You know what I'm saying? I just laid out the information. Make your own decision. So please like the video. It helps me out. Subscribe if you like the content. Comment down below any kind of products you want me to review. If you want me to break down an ingredient for you more in depth. Again, I'll have a taste test playlist. I break down the ingredients. I have an ingredient product breakdown playlist. I'll pop that probably up at the end of the video. Check out the other toothpaste video I popped up in the right hand corner earlier. And if y'all are interested in one-on-one coaching, online personal training from me, I give you custom workout programs, custom macro programs, custom meal plans, constantly adjusting them to your liking as we move forward. You have 24/7 access to me directly through the app on the phone. That's specifically for my clients. So anytime you have any kind of health and fitness questions, you can reach out to me and I get right back to you. So if you're ready to transform your life in that aspect, fill out the first link in the bio. And if you want to support the channel other than liking and subscribing, check out the second and third links in the bio to check out my 3 clothing brands that I own. I do all the designing for it and all the work on them as well. I have hats, t-shirts, hoodies, joggers, tumblers, decals, bandanas, you name it. Alright everybody, thank y'all for watching. Take care. Stay happy, stay healthy. Gonna make y'all some gains. Peace out.